Have you ever felt completely isolated, trapped in a place so dark and cold you thought you'd never see the light again? Imagine being frozen in time, buried under a colossal weight, cut off from everything you've ever known. This isn't just a metaphor for our darkest moments. It's the true story of a tiny, ancient world, sealed away for over 1 million years. And its story begins with a sight that is both shocking and beautiful. A glacier that appears to bleed. In the heart of Antarctica, there's a place called Taylor Glacier. It's a vast, pristine river of ice. But from its face, something extraordinary happens. A 5-story tall waterfall pours out, not of clear water, but of a deep crimson red. It's famously known as blood falls. For decades, scientists were baffled. Why was this glacier bleeding? Was it some kind of algae? A bizarre chemical reaction? The truth, when they finally uncovered it, was more incredible than anyone could have imagined. The story starts 2 million years ago. Sea levels rose, and a large saltwater lake, teeming with ancient life, was flooded. But then, the climate shifted. Glaciers began to advance, slowly, unstoppably, like icy titans. They moved over this lake, burying it, sealing it completely under a thick sheet of ice. This ancient ecosystem was entombed, cut off from sunlight, from the atmosphere, from the world. You'd think that would be the end. Total darkness, absolute zero. No life could possibly survive that, right? But life is stubborn, it's resilient. Down there, in the pitch-black, oxygen-deprived water, something amazing was happening. A unique community of microbes, trapped for millennia, refused to give up. They didn't have sunlight for photosynthesis. They didn't have oxygen to breathe like we do. So they adapted. They found a new way to live. The water they were in was incredibly rich in iron, leached from the bedrock below. These tiny, ancient survivors learned to breathe iron. They developed a unique metabolic process, using sulfate as an energy source to break down the iron minerals around them. They created their own self-sustaining world, a biological time capsule, thriving in conditions that should have been impossible. They didn't just survive, they engineered a new form of existence. For 1.5 million years, this hidden world carried on, a secret held by the ice. But the pressure from the glacier above was immense. It slowly squeezed this ancient lake, and eventually it found a crack, a fissure. The iron-rich water, which had been locked away from oxygen for eons, was forced to the surface, and as soon as it hit the air, a dramatic chemical reaction occurred. The iron instantly oxidized. It rusted. The same process that turns a nail reddish-brown. This super salty, rust-red water poured out, painting the ice in that shocking shade of crimson. The blood wasn't a sign of death. It was the ultimate sign of life. It was the breath of a hidden ancient world, finally reaching the surface. This isn't just a cool science story. It's a profound lesson about what we're capable of when we feel trapped, buried, and forgotten. Think about those moments in your own life. The times you felt stuck in a dead-end job, a toxic relationship, or crushed by failure. The moments you felt like you were in complete darkness, with no way out, no oxygen to breathe. You feel the weight of the world on you, and you think, this is it. It's over. But the microbes of blood falls teach us otherwise. When their world was plunged into darkness, they didn't just die. They looked around at what they had, the darkness, the salt water, the iron, and they found a new way to breathe. They transformed their prison into a fortress. They turned the very elements of their confinement into the source of their strength. What is the iron in your life right now? What is that one thing in your environment, that challenge, that limitation you think is holding you back? Maybe it's a lack of resources. Maybe it's a skill you don't have. Maybe it's a fear you can't seem to shake. We all have these iron walls that seem to box us in. We spend so much energy wishing they would disappear, wishing for sunlight, for an easier path. But the lesson from the glacier is to stop wishing for a different environment and start learning to breathe what's already there. Your limitation is not your legacy. It's your raw material. That struggle you're facing, it's forcing you to develop a strength you never knew you had. That isolation, it was giving you the chance to discover who you really are without the noise of the outside world. That failure? It's the bedrock, rich with lessons, that you can use to build your next success. Just like those microbes, you have the ability to adapt, to innovate, to find a new way to breathe when the old ways no longer work. Your breakthrough isn't going to come from the world changing around you. It's going to come from you changing within your world. It's about finding that hidden strength, that unique metabolic process that turns your personal iron into energy. And eventually, just like that water, your resilience will find a way to the surface. The pressure you feel right now is not just there to crush you, it's building you. It's forcing you to become so strong, so unique, that your story, your strength, your blood will eventually burst forth for the world to see. And when it does, people will be amazed. They'll see your success, your crimson waterfall, and they might not understand the darkness it came from. But you will. You'll know it wasn't a sign of a wound, but the undeniable proof of a life that refused to be extinguished. So, the next time you feel buried, remember blood falls. Remember the mountain that bleeds life. Your darkness is not the end. It's the beginning of your most profound adaptation. It's where you learn to breathe a different air and find the strength that has been inside you all along, waiting for the pressure to reveal it. Don't just survive your glacier, evolve within it, and get ready to show the world what you're made of. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that dives deep into the incredible stories our world has to tell. And share this with someone who might need to hear that their struggle is not the end, but the beginning of their strength. See you in the next one.